organizations, important systems. The city of Tampa is here with Mirai Oreos right there, and she's going to say a few words, gentlemen, in just a minute. We've got representatives from Representative Castor's office, but most importantly, we have a whole group here who really has, for the past year, been working very hard to make a difference in this particular community and this particular school. And with the support of entities like JPMorgan Chase, we are able to do it. And we thank you so much. And I thought we'd start off, Mirai Oreo is going to say a few words, and then at some point, I think the young men are going to be telling their stories a little bit. But why don't you come on up there, Pam? And
I get to stand next to the tigers. All right. Well, it's really a pleasure to be here. Dan, thank you for your wonderful company's generosity. Christy, the best principal. Where are you? You just made such a difference. Tom with the Y, fantastic. You know, we kind of focused on Sulphur Springs some years ago as a city of Tampa because we saw such need, and more importantly, we saw such promise. And when Joseph Robinson came to visit with me some time ago, back 8 years ago, he said, "Mayor, please don't forget Sulphur Springs." His heart just was full of love for this community and particularly for the children. And so we have made a real effort to support the efforts in Sulphur Springs. And you know what I find is that just with even a little bit of support and effort, look at the results. I was at the ceremony last year at your school when you've raised your grades significantly. The students are doing so well in everything, in math and science and in reading. It really doesn't take much because the children are so smart. And they have so smart. Now, one of the things that I love to do, and one of the reasons I'm mayor, is because I like to read. I'm a big, big reader. And when I was your age, I read all the time. Always had a book with me. I still had fun, but I read a lot. And even as mayor, I read a lot. And it helps me. And I read a lot of history particularly. But reading anything is good. And so it really is particularly gratifying to know that this $200,000 grant will really be focused on literacy. Because reading is the key to success. Just met this wonderful young man who's off to law school with a degree in finance. Well, you wouldn't be there if you didn't read, right? And if you didn't enjoy reading. Because reading is the key to academic success. And so, even in the mayor's office, I keep a bookshelf of books. And every time a young person comes in, I give them a book to take with them. Because I want them to know how much I value reading. Well, JPMorgan Chase does too, and I really appreciate that. Because through your targeted efforts and with this wonderful community, with so many partnerships, what a difference it's going to make in so many young lives. And I thank you.
I had a chance to speak briefly, and this is the second time he's lived in Tampa. And his children, I said, "Have you been to Sulphur Springs before?" And he said, "Yes," because when y'all sponsored the 2 trucks for
Feeding America.
He was down here when they came. So there's a huge history of their support of this neighborhood and community and the community at large. So I'd very much like to introduce now Dan Forrest, who is the president of the middle group of JPMorgan Chase. Kind of close there. Middle marketing.
I'm Dan Borash. I'm president of the middle market for the commercial bank at JPMorgan Chase here in the Tampa Bay area. On behalf of the firm and our 5,200 employees in the Tampa area, we want to say welcome. And several of those my colleagues are here today. If you wouldn't mind raising your hand so you can see all the JPMorgan Chase people that are here. They're the ones who do all the work and make things like this happen. But anyway, I just wanted to say say thank you to the Y, the Tampa Y, and to the partnership that we have developed here in Sulphur Springs Elementary. That we're part of the group for Tiger Reads. That's really exciting. We really think so highly of being able to help children read, move forward. It just makes all the difference in the world in terms of your life to be able to read and expand your knowledge. In fact, I have a quote from Dr. Seuss that Daisy put down for me, and I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to actually read it. And the quote is, "The more you read, the more things you will know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go." So, yeah, what a way. You can see, the kids starting out reading, and then, years later, you're going to law school. So, what a great transition. So we're excited about that. We are proud to be here today. JPMorgan Chase donates, last year $4 million to the state of Florida through our foundation. A good chunk of that comes to the Tampa Bay area. We're hoping that this year will be just as good a year. So we're very excited about the groups that we're partnering with, to benefit the Sulphur Springs community. Like the Tampa Y. You all have done a great job. Where's Becky? Where's all our Tampa Y friends? Let's have our Tampa Y friends. Hands up. You guys have just done a great job. But it's part of our effort is to get with community groups like yours to work together to come in and do a project in the community like Sulphur Springs to help raise up Sulphur Springs. So we're excited about it. We want to thank all of you for coming here today. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is this like the Gecko commercial? Liz.
Who else is coming? Cheryl, Liz.
Janine.
Janine.
Sonda.
Marianne.
Everybody.
Here we go.
Chloe, you want to get in here? Oh, yeah. Come in here. Get as many people as you need.
It's a big check.
It's okay. There we go.
Is our librarian and Tina here in the group?
This be rapid and brief, and so I'm going to try to do that. But just on behalf of the Y, I just really need to say thank you to JPMorgan Chase, Dan, Beverly, and Marianne, and Janine, who's a new member of our governance board, and all the other JPMorgan Chase folks who are here. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just an honor for us to have you as a partner here in Sulphur Springs, and particularly with the Community Learning Center. Also want to say thank you to the mayor. Her administration has made Sulphur Springs a priority, and I think we all know that. And in our interactions with the city, whether it's been your office, real estate, housing, community development, parks and rec, everybody seems to know Sulphur Springs is a priority for this administration. So we want to say thank you to the mayor and stuff. And, as I told you a little while ago, we're still talking to the city. There's a little facility over here called the Bartholomew Community Center in North Tampa. And that will soon be vacant when the new Spring Hill Center opens. And so we have a dialogue going with the city about how we might turn that into an early childhood education center. As we've heard from Christy, we need help getting kids ready for kindergarten. Not enough kids are ready for kindergarten when they come here to Sulphur Springs, so that'll be another part of our effort here. The other thing we've learned in the, Cheryl, it's been 2+ years, or is it closer to 3 years for the CLC? 2+ years, that it's not just about the why. It really does take a village, and we have a lot of folks here that probably deserve some thanks as well. United Way has been a big player here in Sulphur Springs. The Children's Board, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club. I could go on to leave some, Girl Scouts. Lots and lots and lots of good folks are active here at Sulphur Springs delivering programs and helping lift up the neighborhood here. So maybe I'll wrap up, because remember I said rapid and brief, and end where I started by saying thank you to Dan and all the folks at JPMorgan Chase. We really appreciate this and know it's being put to very good use. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
We focus on our kids being leaders in our school, and boys, you have represented our school well. Well, I just have to say thank you very much to the YMCA, to JPMorgan Chase, and all of our other partners that are here. We have had a lot of success over the last 3 years, but it could not be done alone. We communicate a lot. Not only is it the financial funding, but just the opportunity to sit down and share ideas and develop strategic plans to help move us forward. I always know there's someone I can count on when I just need to do some planning or bring someone into that process. We've started looking. We have an extensive data team at our school, and one of the things we've looked at this year is to disaggregate our data based on the interventions that students are involved in, the YMCA being one of those interventions. And what we've learned is that when we compare the students that are in the YMCA against the students that are not in the YMCA program, we are starting to see a trend that they're accelerating at a faster pace. One of our projects with our data team is to continue to evaluate that as well as other interventions within our school. But the more students that we can have involved in this program, the better, for so many reasons. One, it just gives them a safe place to be after school. You've heard the testimonial from these students. To have the opportunity to extend their learning day through the Y, through reading with them, through our extended learning programs offered by the school, it just opens up a lot of additional doors and opportunities for our students. So I just have to say thank you very much for being part of the success, and we share that with each of you, and I appreciate you being here today to celebrate this with us. It allows us to continue a really good program for our students, and one that I think you can see our students really enjoy and benefit from. So thank you very much.
Thank you.